It's time now for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson, sponsored by Beth Smith and Edward Jones and ProMed Ambulance Services. Last week, television lost a beloved funny man. Bob Newhart became known for his deadpan and stammering delivery style. Beginning as a stand-up comedian, he transitioned his career to acting in TV. He received numerous accolades, including 3 Grammy Awards, an Emmy Award, a Golden Globe Award, and the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. George Robert Newhart was born on September 5, 1929 in Oak Park, Illinois. He went by his middle name Bob to avoid confusion with his father George, the part-time owner of a plumbing supply business. He graduated from Chicago's Loyola University in 1952 with a bachelor's degree in business management. After serving in the Korean War, Newhart worked for U.S. Gypsum as an accountant. He later said that his motto, "That's close enough," and his habit of adjusting petty cash imbalances with his own money showed he did not have the temperament to be an accountant. While working as a copywriter for an ad agency, Newhart and a coworker entertained each other with long telephone calls about absurd scenarios, which they later recorded and sent to radio stations as audition tapes. When the coworker ended his participation by taking a job in New York, Newhart continued the recordings alone, developing this type of routine. Dan Sorkin, a radio station disc jockey, introduced Newhart to the head of talent at Warner Brothers Records. Based solely on those recordings, the label signed him in 1959, only a year after it was formed. His first album, The Button-Down Mind of Bob Newhart, became an instant chart hit. As to the follow-up, The Button-Down Mind Strikes Back. Both albums held the Billboard #1 and #2 spots simultaneously. The first album featured what Newhart considered his favorite stand-up routine, Abe Lincoln versus Madison Avenue. In the routine, a slick promoter has to deal with Lincoln's reluctance to agree to efforts to boost his image. Comedian Shelley Berman claimed years later that Newhart basically ripped off his act. Newhart's success in stand-up led NBC to sign him to start his own variety series, The Bob Newhart Show, the first of 2 different TV series sharing the same title, which premiered in the fall of 1961. Dan Sorkin served as Newhart's announcer. Although it earned Newhart a Primetime Emmy nomination and even a Peabody Award, the show wasn't renewed for a second season. In 1962, Newhart filmed An Evening with Bob Newhart, thought to be the first pay-per-view special for Canadian-based telemeter. He continued to make the rounds of TV shows, release albums, and appear in several movies until 1972, when he landed yet another series. This one also called The Bob Newhart Show, a traditional situation comedy rather than a variety show. Newhart starred as Dr. Robert Hartley, a psychologist based in Chicago with a loving wife, Emily, played by Suzanne Plachette, neighbor and good friend Howard Borden, played by Bill Daly, who introduced the Abe Lincoln versus Madison Avenue routine to Newhart, and a support staff. Man-chasing receptionist Carol Kester, played by Marcia Wallace, amiable orthodontist Jerry Robinson, played by Peter Bonners, and misanthropic patient Elliot Carlin, played by Jack Riley. The Bob Newhart Show was the first of 4 sitcoms Newhart did for CBS, and the first of 2 series for MTM Enterprises. MTM has a married Tyler Moore. Like its star, the show received dozens of accolades, including 2 Emmy nominations, ranking number 49 in TV Guide's 2013 list of the 60 best series of all time, and even a statue of Newhart in character as Dr. Hartley. By 1977, the show's ratings were declining, and Newhart wanted to end it, but was under contract to do 1 more season. After The Bob Newhart Show ended in 1978, Newhart found work in movies such as First Family in 1980, in which he played the President of the United States. By 1982, however, Newhart was interested in a new sitcom. Newhart, which debuted that year, starred the veteran performer as Dick Loudon, a Vermont innkeeper and TV talk show host. Mary Franco starred as Joanne, Dick's wife. The first season of Newhart was videotaped. The rest of the show's run was filmed. Like The Bob Newhart Show, Newhart was an immediate hit. And just like the show before it, it was also nominated for Primetime Emmy Awards, but failed to win any. The series finale, titled The Last Newhart, aired in the spring of 1990, and is widely considered one of the greatest final episodes of all time. The finale ended with a scene in which Newhart wakes up in bed with Suzanne Plachette, his first TV wife, and realizes, paying homage to an episode of Dallas that aired a few years earlier, that the entire 8-year run of Newhart had been a single nightmare of Dr. Bob Hartley's, which Emily attributes to eating Japanese food before he went to bed. His next sitcom, simply titled Bob, about a cartoonist, debuted in the fall of 1992. The ensemble cast included the pre-Friends Lisa Kudrow, but despite good critical reviews, the show ended after 2 seasons. Newhart then bounced around TV and film until 1997, when he teamed with Judd Hirsch to star in George and Leo. However, the series was canceled after 1 season due to low ratings. Right up until his death last week, Bob Newhart continued to work, such as appearing as a TV host turned children's party entertainer on an episode of The Big Bang Theory, which earned him his first ever Emmy Award win. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.